What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are one of 20 worldwide Martin Custom Shop expert dealers, which lets us bring you the greatest things in Martin guitars every day, but specifically today with a huge launch here at the beginning of January of the Martin Standard Series refresh for 2025. Go to empiremusic.com, check out everything Martin, all the new Standard Series guitars, check out our custom shop selection, tons of great guitars in there. Chat with us on the site, give us a call, and we will get you not only a great Martin guitar, but the best one for you. Our team will dial it in with a full pro setup that's included, bringing the guitar to the easiest it can play, making sure you have the best playing Martin guitar on earth. We're really excited to bring you great Martin guitars, and Martin's making it easy right now with the refresh of the Standard Series. I'm holding today the D-18 Satin, refreshed for 2025. Big stuff holds true. Solid spruce top, solid mahogany back and sides, satin finish, obviously, it's a satin model. Mahogany neck, ebony fingerboard and bridge, standard scale length, Grover, vintage style tuners, that's all the same. Martin has done a huge upgrade on the bracing scheme and given us some great feel changes and some other minor spec changes that add up to a really amazing new refresh. Let's talk about the big part of the story here. All the Standard Series guitars now are going to come with the new now with the Golden Era bracing package. For Martin geeks like myself, and we've enjoyed Golden Era bracing in tons of custom shop guitars. The Golden Era series in the little early 2000s. Modern Deluxe has Golden Era. It's a really complicated bracing pattern that was always part of like Modern Deluxe custom shop guitars. And now it's all standard in here. So what is it? So if you take a standard brace, let's just take a piece of wood. There you go. There it is. The previous bracing scheme that was scalped would have had just like your standard carves into it. Great. Those carves release the tension on the top, giving us more power, more vibration in the top, more output, more tone. Great. The Golden Era bracing package is a more significantly carved brace. It's deeper into the brace. It also moves the brace around internally. There's more bracing shifted. It's different, placing of all the braces to keep the top sound. And it gives us way more power, and it leans into the vintage tone that we're always searching for with Martin guitars. What do we want? We want an old sounding guitar that plays great. The problem is old guitars don't typically play great. These, it's like newer guitars tend to sound newer. This gives us kind of that airiness, that woodiness, all that character we want comes from that Golden Era bracing package. It also really makes the guitar way more dynamic. There's no, to me, like if I had to choose, because things like sound more vintage, that's a subjective thing that we have to all just kind of nod our head and agree on. Well, I agree with it. Something that you will absolutely know, every player will notice, when you play the Golden Era bracing package on a guitar and you will play one without, the Golden Era guitar will notice way more tone with a light touch. So on a dreadnought like this, if we pick lightly, you get more character. The sound's much fuller. And as you open it up, the headroom is massive on this. It is just, at both ends of the spectrum, unbelievable. Way more character light, way more output, more headroom, and you keep your clarity when you're playing big, which for a dreadnought is a big thing to consider, really important. Next thing they did is they gave us a thinner fingerboard, the authentic fingerboard thickness, which isn't something that we probably typically think about too much. If you think about the custom expert D28 and D18 or 0018 and 0028 authentic 1937s that we stock, those fingerboards are thinner. And why that matters is now the luthiers at Martin can give us a hand-rolled edge here. They roll these edges in, giving us a more broken down feeling. With a thicker fingerboard, you can't do that. The wall is too high. It makes for a clunkier experience, and it's just hard to do. So they thinned out the fingerboard and took what they took off of the fingerboard in thickness and added it to the shape of the neck. So now we have a similar feel that we had before, and we just kind of rearranged where the mass is added. So we get a better, more broken in feel on the fingerboard. Awesome. We took our heel and we reduced it. So it is a vintage heel thickness, so it's lower. So as we move up the neck, we have a lower heel, less of an impediment as we move up the neck. A nice bonus for sure. The bridge is now called the Golden Era Modern Belly, and what they've done here is they've just rounded and contoured just all the sharp points on our bridge. So if you rest your hand there and you notice that and it's uncomfortable, that's going to go away, which is super nice. All the Standard Series guitars now come with bone or ebony bridge pins. All the 18 series come with ebony bridge pins, giving you more sustain, more tone, super noticeable. Lastly, they took the nut and they cut the nut, as they used to in the vintage guitars, along the angle of the headstock, not with the fingerboard. So previously, the base of the nut would be in line with the fingerboard. Now it's cut in line with the headstock. Changes our string break a little bit, gives us a little bit more sustain. All of these features, your feel feature, the nut, the heel, your bridge contours, your new bridge pins, all nice additions. But together, like one of them alone is nice. Together, really impact the way you play the guitar and you feel the guitar and hear the guitar. You marry that with the golden era bracing, and it is just a slam dunk. It's absolutely have to give us a shout. And if you're into Martin guitars and you've been looking for something and you want more character, you want more boom, you want more tone you play lately, you want a more complex sounding guitar, this is it. And they've done it for you in the standard series. It's just going to be a massive home run. They're really going to, own the space with this. And what's amazing is these guitars already were leading the industry, really great guitars, and now they've been upgraded. You want to record, you're gonna have classic Martin tone. You want to play with your buddies, you're gonna sound like $1 million right with the new standard series. So if so you can hear the guitar, if you know my videos, I like to do dynamic range and I like to do the mids of the guitar. On a guitar like this, the weakness typically would have been in playing it lightly. It would sound thin, but as we opened it up, it would sound good. This guitar is going to sound really, really great with a light touch as it opens up power, tons of power. The middle of the guitar, because mahogany has equal bass, mids, and trebles sonically, you're going to hear this guitar has a lot of character, a lot of depth and tone, but stays clean and focused, which is a high five. The golden era bracing adds a good bit of sustain to the tone. So at the end of the strumming here, when I do that, you'll hear, I'll hold on to the just ending note. You'll be able to hear that note hold true and dissipate nice and even, which is phenomenal. It's just a great playing experience all around. So let's go ahead and do it. This is a dynamic range and then the mids. I mean, lightly, I think it's just a standout. When you pick through it just light, it just sounds beautiful. It's like I was noodling around before. Just that top end can be so brash sometimes, and this has all that warmth. As you open the guitar up, the headroom is massive. I mean, this will just hang with anything. You don't have to worry about that at all. To the mids, you get all that kind of warm, woodsy, kind of mahogany goodness out of the instrument with it just sounds great, but so focused. Each note has its own voice. You don't lose it no matter how hard you play or light you play. It doesn't get soft and kind of useless. D-18 is one of my favorite guitars. This is a total home run. I mean, it's just like, it's as excited as you can get about taking a guitar like this and not changing its core, just really giving everybody more of what they want. The golden era bracing inside gives us more output, more character, a more vintage inspired tone without a doubt, a greater dynamic range. The thinner fingerboard gives us the ability to roll the edges so we have a better playing experience. The lower heel, the rounded bridge, all more comfortable. Things like the ebony bridge pins give us just like this extra little bit sustain, this extra touch. The nut being cut vintage style to give us a little bit different string break, to give us a little bit more sustain. All those things are so well thought out, and it's just like if you could draw up your dream standard series D-18, this is it, in the satin finish. Check out empiremusic.com. We have all the new refresh models in stock. Talk to any of the guys here at the shop. We will hook you up, get you a great guitar, get you a great deal. Most importantly, we will make sure it's the best version of that guitar with our full pro setup that's included, giving you the best playing guitar on earth. I'm Joe from Empire Music, empiremusic.com. Check out all the new Martin stuff for 2025 right at Empire Music. And thanks for watching.